Like, why is this fight still going? I don't understand. And how many roundhouse kicks do we need to see before we're done? That's a third slow-mo roundhouse kick, you know, like what? Hi everyone, welcome to Old Lady Reacts. I'm the old lady, otherwise known as Michelle in Minneapolis. I'm a huge movie buff who has seen pretty much everything. Yeah, even worked at a video store for a few years, but somehow I skipped over an entire genre of movies. So I created this reaction channel where I react to action and superhero movies and now TV shows that I am viewing for the first time, mostly in order to understand the inside jokes and references in my ultimate viewing of WandaVision, which I'm in the middle of right now. But I'm also watching other movies, and I think it's time for Mission Impossible 2. Because I went to see Top Gun Maverick last week, and there was a preview for the newest one that looked pretty cool, but I'm way behind, so I was figuring I should catch up on these. MI2 has a pretty low rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so I don't know that I'm going into this with very high expectations. I enjoyed the first one, especially the style of it, and the dialogue worked and everything, except for like the whole like really crazy helicopter in the tunnel chase scene at the end. That seemed pretty impossible to me. So I'm expecting that things are probably going to be just as ridiculously impossible in this movie. I'm excited to see Tandy Newton, who I really liked in Westworld. If you haven't watched that show, it's so great. And it looks like Anthony Hopkins is in this too, so that's cool. But yeah, so let's dive in. Right before we get started though, please support my channel by subscribing so I can get monetized and old lady can feed Katy Perry because Friskies ain't cheap. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos. So let's dive deeper into the Mission Impossible world with Mission Impossible 2. I don't get the whole I'm going to use a gun thing to inject myself when like really like you could just use a hypodermic needle.
You can carry them together? Safely?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oxygen mask. Put them on, sit back, relax. There's nothing to worry about.
Really? Because I don't believe that. Oh, is there something in the oxygen masks?
You are not Dmitri.
Why does he think he's Dimitri? We all know that's Tom Cruise. Or is it? Is somebody pretending to be Tom Cruise? Yeah, I was going to say, that don't look, that's Tom Cruise. Never understood the appeal of that. That just does not look like somewhere I'd want to be and something I'd want to be doing. No, thank you. No, not at all. Yeah, hang on. That just fills me with anxiety. Yeah, you can tell there's being pulled up. No, don't do that. Oh, I don't want to. Yeah. Interesting start. I'm into it. All right. Tom Cruise with that haircut makes me think that he's trying to make himself look like Keanu Reeves. It also makes me wonder, like, when did Point Break come out? He already in that room, I'm guessing? How convenient that they ended up in that position.
Hey, you put me here. I just do as I'm told.
Yeah, right. That's pretty. Bit chunky for my taste, but...
What are you trying to do, señorita? Rob me?
The thought had crossed my mind.
Yeah, technically. I think that guy is the dad in Strictly Ballroom.
I don't do laundry. Cook. Or put up with cheeky bastards who set me up on their territory so they can poach on mine.
I think that's a good motto. She could just like throw it out of the car.
Sorry about
at Scotland Yard, Interpol, every Dutch authority.
I don't think you'd really be able to have a conversation between two sports cars like that. Oh, I don't think he expected that. Yeah, put your seatbelt on, dude. I kind of like that car. I don't know if I'd want to play bumper cars in it too much. Are they really having long, intense eye contact in the middle of a car crash? Might as well just get that out of the way because you know it's happening, so go for it so that we can get on with the rest of the story. God, just watching him do that just tickles. She is very pretty. Okay, and a drink after that sexy scene. I like that. We bow down to Anthony Hopkins, one of the great actors of all time.
Well, you're sorry, and I'm sorry.
Interesting phrase. Yeah.
And a bad idea to fly him on a commercial carrier, so let's get on with it. Is he still in Sydney?
Too late.
Make sure she continues to see him, gets him to confide in her.
He's not going to want to do that. He's already got the hots for her. He doesn't want to give her to whoever Ambrose is.
But to go to bed with a man and lie to him, she's a woman. She's got all the training she needs.
High view of women, do you? What's that little smirk for? There is a little smile there. I was like, she playing him is...
Completely untraceable.
Okay, but why put it in her tattoo? Don't make a hole in her tattoo. Cheap. Just moving satellites around willy-nilly, no problem.
I just want to say it's an honor and a pleasure to be working with you both.
I'm already suspicious of that guy. I don't know, he's a little too happy. If it's that windy, you better tie that scarf on. It's going to blow away. They're trying a little too hard with it. It looks like there was a telenovela. Was it? Or was it an Indian soap opera? It was an Indian soap opera. I saw that was trying to do this. Like the piercing look, and then the piercing look from the other person, and the piercing look back from them. It's like, really?
I'm dying to see if I remembered your size.
She's like a size 0, I think. 0 petite, like my friend Laura. So why are they so far away? Like if she's in Sydney, why are they so far away in like a sheep country? Isn't that like a completely different part of Australia?
Must begin with something that every hero requires. A villain.
Yeah, we've heard that 3 times now. Why do they keep repeating that?
We've thought about it at any rate.
Trying a little too hard to make moments and to make things out of looking serious and, oh, don't do that. Let's not do that. Oh, no. Ow. I have a thing with people's hands getting injured. I can't remember if I've talked about that on the channel before, but really hate it.
Whatever, we'll close it.
I love how big and chunky the camera is. That's funny. They made a big show of putting that back into it. Yeah, they made a big show of that. Ouch.
What are you gonna do? Spank me?
Please. Poor Ving Rhames.
Mag's making a run for it on the outside. Come on.
Did she put it in the wrong one? She put it in the wrong pocket.
My right jacket pocket.
So he knows.
George.
I don't think that's George. Oh, I was going to say, he's just going to run right into somebody. Oh, it is him. Okay. I wasn't sure.
The microscopic little shits that are out there.
You'd helped me put one out there that I could make money on. And there it is. I've confessed.
So he created this virus so that he could be the hero and creative. Oh dear.
It's a little late for that.
So was he not infected now before and now he is? Who is that behind the mask?
It's imperative that we do nothing to alarm Ambrose.
Well, I think he's already a bit alarmed. So wait, is that maybe not Tom Cruise? Is that like, that's the guard guy? Or is that him? That's Ambrose himself. Yeah, that glare is a little bit too much.
Ends in a glass floor which doubles as part of the lab ceiling.
Convenient.
He'll undoubtedly engage in some aerobatic insanity before he'll risk harming a hair.
I was going to say he's going to be hanging from something again. Just like he did it in the first movie, I assume. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to stop yourself like that.
Okay, retracting cable.
There's a long cable. I don't know, man. Looks like it's going to get caught on the bottom edge of one. Oh, no, apparently not. So do we just kind of know, like, is he for sure walking into a trap here, or is...
Remaining chimera virus and 3 injection guns.
Injection guns are so ridiculous. Like, that doesn't really exist, do they? Like, don't they just use hypodermic needles?
Sounds like you say she's in the building.
I am. She is.
Well, is it her, or is it just like the transponder? Did he like rip it out of her ankle or something? I assumed it was on her ankle or something, or foot. I always find laboratories in movies so funny. They make them so dramatic when really they're not that exciting. They're all very bad shots. Oh, dude, you could have got that. Come on, dude.
You know, that was the hardest part of having to portray you. Grinning like an idiot every 15 minutes.
Good point.
There it is, guys. The last of it.
Is it the last of it, or did he grab some?
She wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, Hunt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Naya's in the building. Do you copy?
Yeah, yeah, he knows. Better late than never, I suppose. Does she know how to get it out of the gun?
Like monkeys they are. Won't let go of one branch till they get a grip on the next.
So either she knows how to get it out of the gun before she gives it to him, or she shoots him with it. Oh, interesting. I didn't expect her to do that. Or did he switch it already with something else? Oh, that is her 20 hours. All right. Okay, did he hit the wall, or did he hit the guard? Because he hit the wall and then the guard went.
I'm infected with Chimera. You know you don't have a choice. Just do it. Do it now.
He's not going to shoot her. Gonna shoot her in the arm maybe, or something, so that she gets taken to the hospital, or there's got to be some way. Hope he's got a parachute. Is it super hot in Sydney, or is it mostly just like San Francisco because it's right on the ocean?
You can be assured of going down in history as the Typhoid Mary of Oz.
So is this disease contagious? Like, is she Typhoid Mary? Like,
What do you mean?
Unless we dose her with Bellerophon, Naya will kill herself.
do they have the antidote? I can't remember who's got what. Okay, yeah, so we've established that he can climb. That's why we were having that scene in the beginning, I guess. Was that necessary? You couldn't just like kick him, you had to like do a front flip first? All right. They like their colored liquids. We know how that works.
Cut it loose. Right in the center of town. The more crowded, the better.
Oh, so if they spread the disease, then they have the stock options, then people are gonna like need the antidote to. Okay, I get it. He looks like he's like running right into hitting one of the pigeons. And reflected in his eye. I just had a conversation about with someone in comments about what I put in my favorite MCU moments video about the reflection of the cosmos or whatever in Captain America's eye. And it's interesting that they did that in here. Why are all these birds all over the place?
Is he alive?
Yeah, more or less.
More or less? What does that mean? Ow. What does he have something in his mouth? Why wouldn't he open his mouth? Oh. I was going to say, is that maybe not him? I know you probably don't believe me, but.
Just back off and pinpoint their positions!
I was going to say, yeah, just like go in the water or something. Or, yeah. They'll... Okay, wow, he's a bad shot then. Like, he gets it in one. All right. It is nice to see them reloading, though, emptying and reloading. That's all right. What kind of car is that for security? You think they'd need something a little bit more, like big SUV or something? Not just like, what is that, a Toyota? Like, what is that? It is, it's like a Ford Taurus. What? And what kind of security car is that? Like, that's another Ford.
You all right, mate?
Punk put a hole in my Versace.
That would piss me off. They pick like, what's the cheapest cars that we have on the lot that we can blow up and not worry about spending a ton of money. A convenient semi. It's always nice to have those around when you need them. Oh, they're gonna just ram into him? That would not do well on a... I don't know that he'd be able to recover from getting hit from behind on a motorcycle. Again, what's the cheap cars that we can crash? What? Okay, what? What is he doing? I don't think that would work that way. I mean, I don't know a lot about motorcycles. But okay, we're clearly into the action movie sequence part of this film. Okay, this motorcycle chase has gone on for like 10 minutes there. I think we... Oh, now they're going to play chicken. Okay. Oh, dear. Don't jump, they're coming. Oh, dear. Not Tom Cruise's face. Don't slice his face open. Jesus. Okay. No, yeah, it's all right now. Yeah, his face needs to be bleeding more, but okay. So why didn't he use him? I mean, he's going to kill him, obviously. I mean, so let's restart the fight, even though I had a knife before, and... Oh, blow her right off the edge of the cliff with the helicopter. It'd be like Julie Andrews at the top of the hillside in Sound of Music. Every time the helicopter went through, she was just flattened against the thing. Like, why is this fight still going? I don't understand. And how many roundhouse kicks do we need to see before we're done? That's a third slow-mo roundhouse kick, you know, like what? Does he still even have the things? Where did they end up? How does he have a gun and didn't use it before? Well, so that's going to be full of sand, though. Like, how is he? It's probably not going to. You're taking a big bet that it's actually even going to fire and that he's going to miss. So where did all the blood go from that slice in his face? Like, face cuts, like head cuts and face, they bleed a lot. Not that I want to see Tom Cruise covered with blood, but, you know, let's at least try to be somewhat realistic here. So he got punched like 20, 30 times and kicked in the head and all of that and over the course of that fight. And there's just nothing but a little scratch there. So is she in the third one then? So that was fair to middling, I guess. You know, it lacked the element of that kind of throwback 60s style of the first one, and I kind of missed that. You know, it had a completely different feel that didn't seem special or unique in any way to me. The things that I really enjoyed about the first one was like the teamwork and the spycraft, and that just was really lacking here. Luther and Billy are more of a support team behind Ethan than actual equally participating with Ethan in the mission. Tandy Newton's Naya started out clever and distinctive, and I thought that Naya and Ethan's connection happened. It fast, but it burned pretty hot. It was sexy, and I liked that. But in the end, she became like just the damsel in distress for everyone to fight around. And there wasn't a lot of that James Bond gadgetry in this one. And when there was, it didn't make a lot of sense. Like, am I to assume that he went into that like compound thing on the island prepared with a mask of himself and a mask of all the different bad guys just in case, and then that those masks can be applied in a matter of seconds whenever he needed them? Like, I mean, not that I expect everything to be realistic in these films. I'm aware of what I'm watching. But I think they could have thought a bit harder and been a bit more creative about those moments, especially if it's the third or fourth time that the gimmick is being used. Like, and there are several repeated gimmicks like that they're not as impressive if you use them over and over again. Like, we're on to the joke. I mean, seriously, one slow-mo roundhouse kick in the air is cool. 3 in the course of one fight, it just makes me think like the director couldn't think of anything else to do. And the action and fight scenes went on just way too long and without any benefit of furthering the plot. Like, the motorcycle chase was at least twice as long as it needed to be. And the fist fight at the end should have been cut down to at least a third of that. They didn't add anything other than, explosions and engines revving and people getting punched and over. Like, that does not make for a good movie. Like, what? If a fight is going to go on that long, there needs to be a reason. Some dialogue or a reveal happening in the middle that changes the tone of what's happening, or somebody joining the fight or something. You know, everything was focused on the action and not enough on the story. And you can tell this line from the Wikipedia entry for the film. I'm going to just read it verbatim here. According to screenwriter Robert Towne, several action sequences were already planned for the film prior to his involvement and before the story had been written. So this poor guy was forced to write scenes and dialogue that led to the action that the director wanted out of the blue, instead of letting the action organically grow out of the story and the characters and relationships and motivations. And that's what gets you a plot that is this thin. There may have been a lot of switcheroos in the moment, but there weren't any that affected Ethan's mission of getting the virus and the antidote. There were no good guys who turned out to actually be bad guys like Phelps, unless it was in The Mask, which happened like repeatedly. There were no bad guys whose motivations suddenly made sense once they were revealed, or who changed their mind, or anything like that sucks you in to the mystery. They played the mask reveal trick on us, but they didn't play it on Ethan, and that's a shame because that's what Tom Cruise is really good at. It's portraying that confusion and like betrayal and figuring out those puzzles. Like, if you watch The Firm, you can see how good he is at like sucking us into wanting to solve the puzzle with him. So yeah, this movie just, and the story it tells, it just feels like it's purely a vehicle to show some action sequences and fights and things blowing up. You know, there isn't that much more to see or feel here. I really hope the subsequent Mission Impossible films get back to how they started, because the first one was miles better than this one, even with that ridiculous helicopter thing in the tunnel. Like, I'll take that any day over this. So thanks so much for watching my reaction. Please take a moment to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button and the bell button to be notified when I post new reactions. I appreciate all your comments and recommendations and arguments and corrections when I screw up the facts. And I love when you guys start arguing with each other. That's super fun. Thanks for watching with me.